If you are a first-time home buyer and want to get into real estate, whether you're buying the property for yourself or you're a real estate investor, we're going to talk about the first-time home buyer incentive program, some of the myths, some of the benefits, some of the misconceptions, but most importantly, I want to talk about how you can get into real estate in 2023. What's going on, everybody? My name is Andrew, and we're going to talk about how you can get into real estate in 2023 as a first-time home buyer. Now, one of the things I want to first address is this first-time home buyers incentive program. As if though at any given point, you can go and buy a house with just 5% down. Let me clarify what the home buyer program is in a nutshell. It is the government getting into a partnership with you in order to help you buy a property. They're essentially going to put out about 5 to 10% of the purchase price of the property to help you with a down payment, but this is more like a loan and a partnership into this property. And there are certain criteria that you need in order to qualify for this. Now, before I get into the criteria and you can see whether you qualify for it, I want to illustrate the fact that people that I come across applying for this program don't end up getting it anyway. There's a lot of hoops that you have to jump through, so I don't see very many people taking advantage of it. It is literally once in a while, and it is far and few in between. But let's talk about it so you can see whether or not it works for you. The first-time homebuyer incentive program basically works like this. Across most of Canada, they will help you buy a property that doesn't exceed 4 times your household income. So if you have a household income of $100,000, they will help you get a property not taking on a mortgage more than $400,000. And when it comes to the income criteria across most of Canada, you can't have a household income more than $120,000. Otherwise, if you earn $1 more, you don't qualify. But there are certain exceptions of income in certain cities like Vancouver and Toronto, where they let you earn a whopping $150,000 household income. Now, if you really are thinking about the cost of properties and how much everything is these days, I mean, that isn't very helpful, is it? But now let's talk a little bit about what this partnership actually looks like. The government of Canada will give you that 5% down, and what they're going to do is they're going to ask you to pay it back over the course of 25 years. That's your amortization period. Not too bad. That's actually a pretty good loan. They will take a repayment of 8% interest, or they will take 5% that property. So assuming you didn't buy anything that depreciated over 25 years, you're going to be okay. And this program will work for you. We're stepping away right now from the first-time home buyer government program. They are just essentially giving you 5%. This has nothing to do with the rest of your ability to qualify for the mortgage. Now we're talking about how to practically buy a property as a first-time home buyer with 5% down. So first things first, you can always buy a property with 5% down so long as it is under $500,000. But it comes with a caveat here, which is CMHC. This is the insurance that you're going to need to pay in order to put so little down. So your mortgage is now insured. This is going to run you, I think, about 4%, and these things sometimes change, but that means that you're going to have 4% tacked onto that mortgage. And now that mortgage is going to be increased a little bit, but you're going to pay it over the years. Now, this sometimes comes out to like $1 a day, so it's not like it's going to change anything very much for you, but what it does is it reduces your upfront costs. So if you're looking at buying $500,000 property, you got 5% down, that's $25K, but you don't have to put down 25% or 20% down, which is like $100,000. And the other thing that you can always take advantage of here is the tax savings. When you buy a property, you have land transfer taxes. You are able to get some credits back if you are a first-time home buyer. But now let's just get into something a little bit more detailed here. What if you want to buy a property that is over $500,000? And now let's say it's 7, that means that the extra $200,000 here, that is going to get calculated at a higher rate. So you might end up at an average of, let's say, 7% down. Now, all this is contingent on you having enough income of a household income to qualify for this. And it is easier, just as a footnote, to qualify for certain insured mortgages than it is otherwise to qualify for other things. So I hope that helps explain a few things. If you want to know more about real estate investing, how to work your property, or how to obtain financial freedom through real estate in Canada, make sure to get in touch with me. Until then, like this video, subscribe to our channel, and I'll see you on the next one.